I want to give a big round of applause to our star of the show, Babs. It was very cool to see a program all about you. I want to open it up for questions here. So I'll take a look at the chat and we'll start. Got a question from Bunny. It's asking, where are you originally from and what did you do in the boot during, I'm assuming boat during bad weather?
In the boat during what?
Bad weather.
Oh, bad weather. Okay. Well, I'm from the Bronx, New York, uh, born in 1944, and love the Bronx, love being part of urban communities, which I still kind of strive for now, as I don't like being out in any rural area. And what did I do in the boat when it was cold? I wore very heavy sweaters and jackets most of the time because electricity became very expensive. So I had this one jacket that I bought in when I went to Fairbanks, Alaska. And my friend who was helping me move said, "Oh, you don't need this. You're never going to need this again. Get rid of it." And I said, "No, no, no, no. I want it." And I kept it. And that jacket saved me through three of the winters on the boat because coming from Las Vegas, it's so hot there that your blood starts to thin. And so I was cold all the time. I was wearing, all these special shirts that you could wear to hold your body heat in. So it all worked out well in the end.
We've got a follow-up question, which is, have you ever been in a hurricane?
No, well, yes. Actually, I went to after the Katrina. I went to help with the cleanup. So I was involved with the aftermath of a hurricane. That was one time. And then also when I lived in Key West, I walked around a lot with my snorkel on just in case, because it's so low to the ground there. You got to be careful.
Amazing. All right, and question from Greg. What is one way your life has changed as a result of being filmed?
Well, it's given me a feeling that I always fall back on my feet, and my friends tell me that. And this is just another part of my life. And sometimes, I mean, all of us say, is this all there is? Is this all it's going to be? And I decided I'm moving out of the desert. I got to be by the water again. I came back here to Northern California, wanted to be on the water. A friend helped me buy a boat, lived on the water. And then the big aha hit me. It's like you just keep on doing the things that you enjoy doing. And sometimes you don't even know you enjoy doing it. So for me, this was the best thing that could have happened now since I made the move. So I'm very happy that I took the risk, sold my house, drove a 16-foot Penske truck from Las Vegas to here, and I'm real proud that I had enough self-confidence in myself that I was going to continue to land on my feet. And just because I'm 80 years old, it doesn't mean that I have to give up.
But just to clarify, they want to know, is there one way that your life has changed because of the movie?
The movie, not the move. Oh, I better get my hearing aid in. Yes, the movie has changed my life because in when I was younger, I was in the entertainment industry, but that was regular, films that with movie stars and celebrities. And this is independent films. And just going to all the film festivals and people really enjoying what they're seeing. I still don't understand what it is, but and I keep on saying that
Documentary.
it's a documentary. No, I mean about why a documentary about me. But people do enjoy it, and I'm a kind of improvisational cultural anthropologist, and being able to relate to people is a very important part of my life. And so the movie really helped it because when I'm in an audience with people watching the film, I can tell that people are relating, and it's really that there's a lot of positive energy is coming out of them and coming out of me. So that gives me more energy to play off of. Did that answer your question?
I think it answers the question. And I think we've got a follow-up question that kind of plays off what you were just saying from Patrina, which is where do you think your free spirit came from?
Where did my free spirit come from? I discovered it at a young age when, I went to camp for the first time and I played a flag in the Betsy Ross story that I still can remember. Just being with people. I've always been that way. My grandmother always told me I'm happiest when I'm around a lot of people. And so I get that free spirit from the energy of other people. And then testing the waters. Okay, how much can I get away with? What can I do? And I'm still here, so I've obviously been doing something right.
Love it. Next question is from Kamiko, what's your 5-year plan now?
Oh, I knew somebody was going to ask me what my 5-year plan is now. Well, I live here in Marin County that's very expensive. So I need my Social Security is not getting me anywhere, and who knows, how that's going to change or I don't think it's going to get better. So I want to get out and do more things where I can earn a few bucks and be able to continue to afford living here. So I want to get a commercial agent to do a commercial. Hint, hint, in case anybody from AARP is out there. I want to try to continue doing some acting if I can. And also, I'm hoping that I can convince the girls here to do a sequel. That's one of my main goals is, Babs, the Las Vegas years, and Babs, the Hollywood years. Throw it all together into a 45-minute to an hour or an hour and a half documentary. So that's what we're working on now. I'm working on it, trying to convince them. You got it, Jen? You got it, Rivka?
Yes.
Okay.
We've got it. Thank you so much, Babs.
Well, what about your influencer career?
Exactly. I thought you were going to use this little film, this short, to launch your new career as a
Right.
silver
I
influencer.
forget about that all the time and mentioning it. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. But I decided I'm going to continue on because if wonderful people as yourself are wanting to know, okay, well, what's going to happen to Babs next week or the week after, you can follow me on all the social medias, including TikTok, which it took me a long time to figure it out, but I finally got some of it down. But with the social media, I was calling myself a granny influencer, but I just saw something on TV the other day. There's a new name now, silver influencers. So I'm changing from being a granny to a silver influencer now. And then I can also talk about the silver screen and movies and all the different independent films that I've been going to. So yeah, I'm going to do that. And you're hearing it first now, everyone out there. I'm now a silver influences. Is that okay? Yeah.
We love it. Well, I got a follow-up question, which is what is your TikTok handle? How can people find you on
Oh, my
TikTok?
TikTok handle. Uh, I named my boat Thanks Babs. The name of my business was Thanks Babs. So we decided that the best thing to do to make it easy on everyone out there is just thanks Babs. So Instagram, thanks Babs, TikTok, thanks Babs, YouTube, thanks Babs, and also you can find me on Thanks Babs on Facebook. And it's the same spelling as it is with the title of the movie, Thanks Babs.
Easy to remember. I like
Right.
it.
And that's my email address too, in case somebody wants to write me. It's thanksbabs@gmail.com. Very easy. No underscores, no dots, nothing like that. It's just thanksbabs@gmail.com.
Wonderful. All right, next couple of questions here. One from Bunny and one from Deb is about your boat life. So one, do you still live on the boat? And then how did you decide to buy a boat and live on a boat?
Okay, how did I decide to buy a boat? Well, I've been talking about knowing that I'm on the 5-year plan. I lived in Las Vegas for 20 years. That's 4 times 5, right? By the 10th year, I kept on saying, I got to get out of here because I've done it all. I've seen the desert. I had my own business. I was on television. They wrote some articles about me. I wanted to get back to water. So, and there's only Lake Mead in Las Vegas. How far am I going to get on Lake Mead? So my friends who are mariners who live on boats here or have recreational boats kept on saying, move and come out here and we'll find you a boat and live in a marina for a while and it'll be less expensive because there definitely was ticket shock moving from affordable Las Vegas to back to the Bay Area, Marin County. So that's how I got the boat. My friend Mindy had a friend in Alameda who had this 40-foot cabin cruiser. It was beautiful. It still is. It's still out there. It has two, two cabins, 2 heads. That's a toilet for those of you who are not boaters, and a lovely salon, not where you do your hair, but that's the place where everybody sits. It had a fly bridge, it had a sun deck, and of course, it was small and compact. Great way to get rid of being a hoarder is live on a small little boat if you can. And I made a lot of wonderful friends. The people who live in the marinas are really nice people who are very supportive and they took care of me very, very well.
Wonderful. Our next couple of questions are about Bucket. So we've got some love from Kim saying very, very cute. And then M wants to know, how old is Bucket and is Bucket a rescue? It looks a lot like M's Yorkie, but mixed with something else maybe.
Well, thank you for asking. Bucket is 13 and a half years old, so she's an octogenarian herself in doggy years. Bucket has no teeth now, hence why her tongue hangs out all the time. Bucket is, I named her Bucket because a friend of mine, we were talking about bucket lists, and I said, okay, that's what I'm going to name her. Bucket of love, Bucket. Yes, so it turned out to be Bucket, and that was my friend Andrea who helped me name her. And what was my last part of that question? Something to do.
Is Bucket a rescue?
No, yes. No, she's not. Yes, I get it now. No, she's not a rescue. Here's the story, and I've always had rescues all my life, rescue Yorkies. I've had 6 of them. She's the 7th one in my lifetime that I've had. All my dogs had idiosyncrasies, they were nervous, they were crazy, you couldn't housebreak them, all of the things that go on. And I said, I wonder if it's the dog or is it me that creates all of these little peculiarities with my little doggies. Well, after getting Bucket from scratch, as I called it, because she was a puppy from a breeder who only breeds about 4 a year. It's not a puppy mill. And she came highly recommended, the breeder. She's a Bivar Yorkshire Terrier. And the difference with the Bivar Yorkshire Terriers, they keep the tail. They have to have 3 colors. And one of the colors has to be white. And the white has to be all underneath, on their legs, on their paws, underneath. Okay, so that's about the Bivar. And so then I decided I'm going to see, is it me or is it the dog? Well, turns out to be me, of course. I'm the crazy one.
All right. Our next question's for Jen and Rivka, which is, how long did it take you to produce the film and what are your plans for it going forward?
Oh, this film went pretty quickly, actually. I mean, much like our subject herself, things move quickly when you're around Babs. It was around, I think, we filmed for about 8 or 9 months, something like that. And then we have a fantastic editor named Christina Matwani, and she put this film together very quickly. And we got to premiere at the Frameline Film Festival in San Francisco, and we are doing festivals all around the world now. And then doing screenings like this. We love to do screenings like this. It's just the most fun thing in the world to get to bring Babs to bring her special joy to so many people. What would you add, Rivka?
Just that we hope to bring it to POV, which is a short film strand on PBS. Right now, PBS is going through all kinds of issues, shall we say. So if you like this film, or if you like short films at all, and you are inclined to write to PBS and say you'd love to see Thanks Babs on POV, that would be amazing. Yeah, we want more people to be able to see it, because we think Babs offers this really inspiring and inappropriate in all the right ways way of aging and being in the world. And you just bring us so much joy, and we really want more role models. Yeah.
And also, may I say that if you think I'd be a good spokesperson for a product, please say let us know that you would at least listen to somebody who's advertising or a spokesperson for some product, because of it's the personality. And this is who I am. I'm not putting it on. I'm just this way. My friends, my nieces call me crazy Aunt Babs. My friends they all call me a little bit eccentric. Now, by the time you get to 80, you can be eccentric, so you don't have to go around being crazy any longer.
Elevate.
And a follow-up question for that from us is, how can people follow the film? So is it best to follow Babs to follow the film, or where can kind of people keep track of where screenings might be or anything like that?
Yeah, right. We'll put a little thing on her.
Sure. So yeah, absolutely. At Thanks Babs. And then Jen and I have a company. We make other films as well. And all of our films we promote under the at Frankly Speaking Films. And that's across all of the socials. So Frankly Speaking Films is our film company name. And you can find Thanks Babs there. All of the upcoming screenings are announced there and promoted there, as well as links to our other films. Yeah.
Wonderful. We'll get that link in the chat too for folks so you can follow that. All right, next question for Babs from Katrina. It seems like nothing holds you back. Was there anything that has held you back, or what keeps you down?
Keeps me down. Probably, being a borderline hoarder, as I say. It is definitely a ball and chain for me. Everyone said, oh, if you own a home, it's more security. So I tried it. It just gave me more rooms to throw stuff into, and more drawers and more closets. So that's the first thing. The other one that holds me down is the fact that financially, even though I say, security, money hasn't been important, I always have to work much harder than everyone in order to make do and to continually enjoy the lifestyle that I'm, presenting for myself. But I've never blamed or considered myself a victim all my life. Being a woman, it was harder. You had to be louder, stronger, bolder, more dominating. Sometimes they called me a bitch. Sometimes they didn't, because I was such a strong person. But that's kind of what kept me going. And finally, I was able. It took me till around 50 years old to realize that everything's okay, and the way I've been doing everything is okay. And so I feel that those are the things that may have been out there, but I was able to start dealing with them all along the way.
Nice. All right, our next question is from Linda, which is, what is your beauty routine? You look so youthful.
Oh no, I put cottage cheese on my face. No, I make a mistake half of the time. I take hairspray and stuff that's supposed to be the gook for your hair. I put it on my face, so I find, no, I really do it. It tightens up your skin. It's almost like putting, water and flour on your face. And so it tightens it up. Now I've just been lucky. My mother always looked uh, younger than her age. And I think the youthfulness, the spirit. People see the spirit. And of course, I wear the fascinator now, so they don't see my gray hair. They just see the fascinator, and that always works a little bit too. But I don't spend a lot of money on beauty products. I rather spend my money that I have on my friends and going places with them and doing things rather than putting it all over my face or my hands. I don't work out as much as I should, so I try to hide my what do you call it? The flab on
Yeah,
on
the
my arm.
underarm.
Yeah, there's a name for it, but I don't even want to use it. Yeah.
I just know Michelle Obama arms.
Yeah, right. I don't have those, but I used to look good when I was younger, but I don't care about that now.
I mean, the other thing, you are in constant motion,
Well, yeah.
right? Like our camera people would be like not be able to keep up with Babs, right? We have a super cut of Babs leaving the frame. We're like, Babs, just moving very on a boat, right? A boat small, but yeah, I think you love life.
Well, I think I do, but I'm getting better now of like conserving my energy and pulling myself in and knowing that I know out there some of you saying, "Oh my God, she's overwhelming. She's too much. We'll have her over for dinner maybe once every month instead of once a week." And I get it, but I've learned that it's okay because we're all not the same people. And some people bring in something to me that's relaxing, like you and Jen. You're so calm, and I'm crazy all over the place. And some people like the craziness, so they enjoy it and they like laughing. And I don't mind making people laughing at me or people laughing with me. I just love that people are laughing, and especially in what's going on now, the more we can laugh and wake up in the morning laughing. And I always say, go to sleep. If you're going to watch something, don't watch news. Don't watch one of those dramas that everybody's shooting each other. Just watch a nice comedy and you'll fall asleep and feel really good.
Good advice.
Love it. All right. Next question from Marie is, could you describe how you follow your passions so easily?
How I follow my passions?
How is it so easy for you to follow your passions?
Oh, I don't know. I'm always trying to run after them. I think they're ahead of me and I'm going after them. So uh, a sense that you got to get out of you have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to be able to take risks. You have to be the kind of person who can walk in a room and then just go around and talk to everyone. I did it at the film festival. I didn't know anybody in Milwaukee. I had no one with me. I had no friends there. But I walked into a networking meeting where I was just walked in, had my hand out to say hi, had a smile on my face. And those things are really, I think, really important. And I'm a big believer in kind of getting out of your comfort zone. I mean, I'm not saying go fly, skydive or jump off of a bridge on a bungee, but there are a lot of little things we all can do to make ourselves feel comfortable in situations where it's not just us or real familiar people that you know. And so that's been really helpful to me all my life. And of course, having a smile and having some business cards to hand to people at the same time doesn't hurt. Did that answer your question? Okay, good.
You're also really curious, like genuinely. You
Yeah.
ask people beautiful questions. You're really like and you remember details about people.
Well,
You care.
I care, yes. And I try to, I can't remember everybody's names, but I try to, associate something with someone. And that helps the next time you meet them. Or I'm not embarrassed when somebody says, "Oh, hi, Babs, how are you?" And I don't say, "Well, do I know you?" so many times, but do I know you? No, I just say, oh, I'm sorry, what's your name again? Or something where it brings them in as well rather than not. And I think that's important. But curiosity up the kazoo. I drive people crazy. Even the doctor, he wrote on my, this was the one in Las Vegas. He writes on my notes, she asked too many questions. Can you imagine that's on my medical record now that I asked too many questions?
Well, Melissa's sharing in the chat about some people thinking you're too much. There's an influencer named Elise Myers who's told that too, and she tells people, if I'm too much, go find less. So Melissa's saying, you can tell that too, Pavs. Tell people, go find less because you are who you are.
I used to get hurt by things that people would say, but I would just bring it in for a second and then breathe it out again because I'm who I am and I can't expect everyone to like me. And so around the corner might be people who just love you. And that happened in Milwaukee. That happened at the Jewish Film Festival. That happened at Frameline.
Yeah.
And it's not just people that you're constantly seeing. I grow on people. Sometimes, people can take me or leave me, but eventually they like to take me. So that's good.
Well, we heard a little bit from Jen and Rivka about what it was like to film you, but can you talk a little bit from your side? What was it like to be filmed for, I think it was 8 or 9 months?
Well, it was great. And, it wasn't continuous 8 or 9 months. This started out, they call it cinema verite. Am I pronouncing it correct? There was another new word I learned. Besides being now a protagonist, it was cinema verite.
Yes.
Now, I came from an industry where it was cinema, but it was scripted cinema all the time. And so this had to be and was that there was no script. They just kind of let me loose. And as I was planning my week, I would call Jen and Rivka and say, hey, I really want to I'm going to go to the gym. I got to go to storage. Or one time I called and said, I'm back from Vegas and I really want to go to the AIDS Memorial Grove and visit my friends, the circle of friends. And I said, do you guys want to film me there? So it's that part of it. But because I had that Hollywood background, and I mean, I worked on films, I wasn't in the film, but I worked on Rosemary's Baby and Goodbye Raggedy Ann, Peyton Place, The Odd Couple. I've worked on lots of films when I lived there, Man from U.N.C.L.E. Do any of you remember the Man from U.N.C.L.E.? I worked on that show as well, but in production. So when they'd have the camera on me and then we want to shoot it again for some reason, I would always say, well, do you need continuity on this? Should I be using my right hand? Was I using my right hand a second ago? Or even when we went to two different places one day. And filming is very expensive. So it's not like you film for an hour and then 2 days later they film again. You have to do a lot in a day. So they're long days, but I was used to that. But when we would do two different scenes or sessions or whatever we want to call it, locations in the same day, I'd say, well, is this a continuation of it? Should I be wearing the same thing or do you want me changing an outfit? And that's only from my industry background when I was younger. As Rivka says, I take a lot of things in. I'm very curious. So I'm a know-it-all, but it doesn't mean that I let everybody know it.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. It was great. You had a lot of consciousness. You would help us with continuity. And yeah, we always had a camera person and a sound person, and then usually Jen and me both. Yeah.
Yeah, and Jen's son was there a couple of times doing.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah.
But what's great is all the pastries and the matcha coffee. I was so speedy. Can you see? I don't drink coffee. And this is, just me, and I've been up since 2 a.m. and I'm like this normally. So eating food is probably the best thing. And because I'm Jewish, in case no one knows it, Yom Kippur, which was one of the holiest of holidays, it's not even a holiday that we have. You have to fast just like you do on Lent.
Mm.
Oh, I shouldn't look at you
I know,
because you're
yeah,
Jewish too.
yeah.
Jen, just like you do at Lent? Yes. Okay. So when I'm not eating,
I'm also Jewish, to be clear.
okay. Oh, well.
Yep.
So if I don't eat, I get very hyper and everyone knows it. So they always have food around for me because it just calms me down a little bit.
All right, our next question we've got from Kamiko says, you wear very pretty shirts, hair accessories, earrings, and necklaces. We were just talking about this before we started the program. And she's seeing the bracelets and rings, very artistic, love it. And I'm going to throw the question there, where do you get them? Where do you find all your accessories?
Well, certain things I get at swap meets, thrift stores. Um, a lot of stuff I've had this I've had since the 90s. I still have it and I'm still wearing it. I didn't lose it in a fire. I didn't lose it in the flood. Now, the locusts may come for it at one point, but in any case, it goes, I still have things that I've had and I'm enjoying putting different fabrics and different colors and different geometric designs together. And this came up when I was doing a cruise and we had a Kentucky Derby party, and I didn't want to carry a big hat with me. So these are kind of quasi fascinators, or so I picked up a couple of those, and I find that really works also. It's I like to keep, and that I get from my mother actually. She always looked great when she walked out of the house. Not like she was a wealthy woman, but she always had the right hat on that matched the right sweater. And she had the good costume jewelry on that she loved. And she left a lot to me also. My aunt and my mother left a lot, and sometimes I wear some of that. Now, this one I got, this one has the evil eyes in it, but it's in two different colors. And I got this in Turkey. And the ring I got in Greece when I was in Mykonos. This I got at a party store for $3.99, this ring right here. This one actually, I get a lot of play out of this one. I just let people know, here I am. If you know what the rainbow flag is, I mean, I'm not saying that to them, but if you know it, you just get it right away. And that kind of makes everything a little easier for all of us.
Yeah. For
Great.
our
And $3.99, what a good deal.
Yeah.
I was gonna say at our premiere, when we premiered the film, Jen had the brilliant idea of doing a make your own fascinator party. So we had a little get together before the screening where everyone who was coming made fascinators. So we all wore fascinators in our hair to the Thanks Babs premiere.
Yeah, it was great. We all walked in with
Yeah.
the fascinators on. That was great, Jen.
They're really fun.
And everyone, the ones that whoever made them, they took them home, which is great. And once in a while, I'll go out to dinner with somebody and she's wearing the fascinator and says, "Oh, this is what I made." So it's great.
Make the world more fun.
That's right.
Yeah.
Very fun. Well, we've got just a couple of minutes, unfortunately, winding down here. So I'm going to leave you with one last question, which you've maybe answered in some of the ways that you've answered the other questions, but to put a little pin on it. So you might know the Senior Planet motto is aging with attitude. So what does that mean to you?
Aging with attitude. Well, um, sometimes I need an attitude adjustment, but that's besides the point. It's looking, it's looking at yourself in the mirror and saying, it's okay, it's good, you're fine, and doing things, knowing, and again, for me, it's been I've had a good life in the sense that I've never had any traumas going on. So I don't have a lot of people walk around with a lot of things and it's hard. It's hard to look at yourself and not see the demons or whatever came into your life behind you. So the worst for me was taking acid when I was younger. And then they said, don't look at yourself in the mirror. And if so, of course, what did the Babs do? She had to look at herself in the mirror. And there was just, the paisley going around in circle, looking like the jester. Well, that kind of, for me, affirmed that I'm the jester and I'm funny. So, it's those kinds of things as far as it's also knowing that I'm going to be around for a while and that I'm going to probably have another dog because it's the confidence that I'm just going to continue to be here rather than saying, well, no, this is it. I try not to box myself in. So, and being good, being a good person to people. Although sometimes, I get to a place where I'm so stressed out. So, but I've learned, I think I'm a much better person now than I was when I was even 60 and 50 years old. If I had to give
Amazing.
myself a
That's
self-evaluation.
great. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, beautiful answer. We love it. And we're very aligned with the Senior Planet mission. That's why we're thrilled to have you here. So I want to thank you, Babs, for being you, and thank you, Jen and Rivka, for creating this wonderful film, and so we could share it with our community. I know there are a couple of people asking about recording and where they could find that. So we will have the Q&A portion of the recording on Senior Planet's YouTube page in a couple of weeks. Give us a couple of weeks to clean it up and get it all up on there, but we'll drop that link in the chat. Recommend you subscribe so that you can see when that gets posted. And Jen shared in the chat a little bit earlier, but maybe she can again as well, the handles for where you can keep up with both the film production company as well as Babs herself. So there's other screenings I know that you all are doing across the country and with different organizations. And Babs is always moving, right? And always
That's
busy.
right.
So who
Always.
knows where you'll catch her.
Well, that way my bill collectors can't find me if I move faster than everyone else. Hey, I want to get a picture with everyone.
Oh, so maybe people can, if
Yeah,
they
if you
can,
want.
come off.
Yeah, folks want to turn on their camera.
All right, hang on. Let's see.
There we
here,
go.
I
Now,
can-
now, I don't have to be on it. I know what I look like. I just want to get all of
Yeah.
you. There you go. Okay, here we go. 1, 2, 3. Smile. There's that. There's that. And now I'm on a video now, so let's everyone wave to one another. That's right. That's right. We know that you're real and you're not AI, right? How many fingers do I have up? 2. Okay, 5. That's good too. All right. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, everyone. Hope you have a great rest of your day. Wonderful weekend. Thank you for being here.
Thank you,
Bye-bye.
Senior Planet.
Thank you for
coming.
thank you for allowing me into your homes this morning and afternoon. I love it. I love it. Let's do it again sometime.
Definitely.
Thank you, Deirdre and Nicole and Pam and everyone out there and my favorite gals.
Yeah, thank you so much, Senior
Thank you.
Planet and Deirdre and Nicole and Pam. We really, really appreciate. And thank you all for joining us this morning.
Hey, Mindy, how are you? Oh, hi, Heather. How you doing? See you there.
We
Okay.
have guests here from Malta.
Malta.
Welcome.
We
Okay.
have Rob and
How
Marie from
great.
Malta.
That's a great place to move to, I heard. Yes, we're all talking about it. Everybody wants to go to Malta now. Mindy, oh, hi, Mindy.
Oh, wonderful. Thank you all for being here. Have a great one.
Linda, hi, Mary. Nice to see you. Shannon, hi. Hi, everyone. This is great. I love it.
Yeah, good way to spend the morning.
It's a good way to spend the morning.